One of the two black boxes from the crashed China Eastern jet has been found, but it appears to be severely damaged. Chinese investigators say they are not able to tell whether it is the flight data recorder or the cockpit voice recorder. The recorders are critical in determining why the 737 nosedived into a mountain in southern China.
Heavy downpours in southern China have stalled recovery operations at the crash site. Hundreds of firefighters and volunteers had been struggling against rain and flooded terrain. Workers were forced to pause their search amid fears of landslides in the mountainous region. Grief-stricken relatives have been arriving at a village near the crash zone, desperately seeking answers about the fate of their loved ones.
那也不说什么，我们就过来嘛，又看一下嘛，来这么看。
那你觉得还会有生还的希望吗？
也不知道了，说什么？
所以您之前听到这个消息，您是什么感觉？
一下子心都快掉下去了一样。
The cause of the disaster has mystified aviation authorities, who have been scouring the heavily forested area for clues. Flight data from air traffic monitor Flight Radar 24 showed that the plane sharply dropped from an altitude of 8,900 meters in just over a minute. It then swung upwards briefly before plunging again to 983 meters. Chinese officials say the aircraft did not respond to repeated calls from air controllers during its rapid descent.
And Lo Minmin joins us live from Wuzhou City. Minmin, what kind of condition is that black box in?
Well, the black box, as you said, is so severely damaged that the authorities can't tell if it contains data from the cockpit voice recorder or the flight data recorder. And at this moment, they are doing their best to try to retrieve that data and analyze it as soon as possible. Meanwhile, the search continues on for the other black box. And also, some new information has emerged from the latest press conference this evening. We know that the plane had took off under good weather conditions and that the crew had maintained normal communications with the air traffic controllers until the plane plummeted. We also know that the three pilots have extensive flight experience and valid flight licenses. The pilot, for instance, had over 6,000 flight hours, and the captain had over 6,000 flight hours, and the first co-pilot had over 30,000 flight hours. And all three pilots reportedly in good health condition and also have harmonious family relations. Now, there had been speculation about whether the plane was deliberately crashed by the pilots or if there was a severe technical fault with the aircraft. But at this point, with the information currently available, it's still not clear what is the cause of the plane crash.
Minmin, looking at you, clearly the weather is not good. In fact, we know it has turned bad. How has that affected recovery efforts?
Well, as you can see, I'm standing in the rain, and this rain has been relentless ever since we arrived, and it looks like it's going to continue for the rest of the week. We saw a 10-degree temperature drop today and 7 degrees wind, and this weather is seriously hampering the rescue efforts. I saw footage of rescue workers literally shoveling the land at the site of the plane crash because the topsoil have now covered up some of the debris, and they need to dig deeper to see if there are remnants and wreckages buried underneath. Now, where I'm standing, this is the entrance of the road leading to the temporary headquarters of the rescue operations, which is located in a primary school several villages down. It's about a half an hour's drive from here. But police, I don't know if you can see because it's dark, but police have cordoned off the entrance, and it's out of bounds to most journalists except for certain selected state media. But I've seen footage showing that the only road leading in, there are sections of that road experiencing mini landslides on both sides. And so aside from focusing on combing the area for survivors, they now also have to clear the land of mud and fallen trees as well.
Thanks for all those updates. Lo Minmin in Wuzhou City there.